Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel Biblical Chronicles. If you are new here, kindly subscribe the channel. The terrible deaths of the men who killed Jesus Christ. The sun hung heavy in the sky over Jerusalem. Its golden globe aligned the curse that followed those who had condemned the Son of God. The streets bustled as they always had, but whispers crept through the alleys of stories of strange and dreadful fates befalling the men responsible for the crucifixion of Jesus of Nazareth. Pontius Pilate, the tormented soul governor Pontius Pilate, the man who had washed his hands before the crowd, declaring himself innocent of Jesus' blood, found no peace. Guilt gnawed at him like a relentless vulture. Night after night, he awoke drenched in sweat, haunted by the echo of the mob's cry, "Crucify him." He returned to Rome in disgrace, stripped of his power by Emperor Caligula. Unable to escape the ghosts of his past, Pilate wandered the hills near Gaul, a madman mumbling of a kingdom not of this world. One night, under a storm-laden sky, he ended his own life, throwing himself into the depths of a raging river. Locals whispered that his body never settled, cursed to be tossed forever by the waters. Caiaphas, the high priest's fall. Caiaphas, the high priest who tore his robes and accused Jesus of blasphemy, clung desperately to his power. But Rome had no patience for a man who had lost control of his people. Deposed from his position, he roamed the streets of Jerusalem a shadow of his former self. One night, overcome with despair, he fled into the Judean wilderness. There, in a fit of madness, he stumbled into a cave, where he was never seen again. Some say his screams still echo in the darkness, his soul forever trapped between earth and judgment. Judas Iscariot, betrayed by silver. No fate was as swift as that of Judas Iscariot, the disciple who had sold his master for 30 pieces of silver. Overcome with remorse, he flung the blood money onto the temple floor, his hands trembling as he ran through the cursed valley of Hinnom. Finding a lone tree on the rocky hillside, he fashioned a noose and ended his life. But even death offered no escape. His body, swollen and broken, burst open in the heat of the sun, leaving nothing but a grotesque warning to those who betray the innocent. Herod Antipas, devoured from within. Herod Antipas, the ruler who mocked Jesus and clothed him in a purple robe, lived to see his kingdom crumble. Exiled by Rome, he and his treacherous wife wandered in disgrace. But something more terrible awaited him. A strange illness took hold, consuming him from the inside. His body wasted away, his skin writhing with unseen horrors. Physicians whispered of divine punishment, for no remedy could ease his agony. As he lay dying, his last words were a delirious whisper. He was truly the Son of God. The Roman soldiers, doomed warriors, the legionnaires who had scourged and crucified Jesus, met their own grim fates. Some were struck down in battle, their bodies left to rot in foreign lands. Others went mad, tormented by visions of a man crowned with thorns, his eyes full of sorrow rather than hate. One soldier, Longinus, the centurion who had pierced Christ's side, was said to have repented. He abandoned his post, seeking forgiveness, and was later martyred for his faith. But the rest, they faded into history, their names erased by time, their spirits forever haunted by the cries from Golgotha, "Divine justice and retribution." Justice is inescapable, even for the powerful. The men who condemned Jesus held great authority, yet, their power could not protect them from divine judgment. They thought they had won, but their fates told another story. Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, tried to avoid responsibility. He washed his hands, hoping to be free of guilt. But water cannot cleanse the stain of innocent blood. His conscience tormented him. He lost his position, his honor, and his peace. Madness took hold, and he ended his life in despair. Caiaphas, the high priest, believed he was serving God. He called Jesus a blasphemer, demanding his death. But his own life unraveled. Rome removed him from power. His influence vanished. He became a broken man, wandering in shame. He died in obscurity, forgotten and cursed. Judas Iscariot, the betrayer, paid the ultimate price. He sold his master for 30 pieces of silver. The weight of his sin crushed him. Guilt drove him to the edge. He hanged himself in a lonely field. His body burst open, a grim end to a life of betrayal. Herod Antipas mocked Jesus, treating him as a joke. He clothed him in a royal robe, laughing at his kingship. But his laughter did not last. Rome exiled him, stripping him of power. Disease consumed him, His body wasted away, eaten from within. His end was slow, painful, and cursed. The Roman soldiers carried out the crucifixion. They beat Jesus, spat on him, and mocked him. They gambled for his clothes, showing no mercy. But their fate was sealed. Many died in battle, cut down without glory. Others lived in fear, haunted by what they had done. Some went mad, seeing visions of the man they had crucified. One soldier, Longinus, repented. He had pierced Jesus' side, yet he saw the truth. He believed, turning to the very one he helped kill. He found mercy, but he too met a martyr's death. The others found no redemption, only judgment. No one escapes divine justice. Power, wealth, and status cannot protect against it. Those who raised their hands against the Son of God faced the weight of their deeds. Some fell by their own hand, others by sickness, and some by war. The world forgot them, but their end remains a warning. Evil may triumph for a moment, but justice comes. They killed Jesus, yet he rose again. His enemies fell, but his kingdom endured. Divine retribution is real. Those who defy righteousness will face it. No sin goes unnoticed, no crime remains unpunished. The men who condemned Jesus learned this too late. Their names faded, their power vanished, but their judgment stood forever. Guilt and redemption. Guilt is a heavy burden, crushing the soul. Some bear it in silence, others break under its weight. The men who condemned Jesus felt this burden. Some sought escape, others found redemption. Pontius Pilate tried to ignore his guilt. He washed his hands, but water could not cleanse his soul. His nights were restless, haunted by his choice. He knew Jesus was innocent, yet he condemned him. His guilt grew, poisoning his mind. He lost his position, his honor, and his peace. In the end, despair consumed him. He took his own life, drowning in sorrow. Judas Iscariot felt guilt immediately. He had betrayed his master for silver. The coins burned in his hands, a reminder of his sin. He tried to return them, but it was too late. The priests had no pity, no forgiveness. Desperate, Judas ran to a lonely field. There, he ended his life, his soul lost in regret. His story is one of guilt without redemption. Caiaphas, the high priest, silenced his guilt with pride. He had called Jesus a blasphemer, demanding his death. But his victory was hollow. His position was taken, his power stripped away. He wandered the streets, a man without purpose. Some say he died alone, his heart heavy with regret. Yet he never sought forgiveness. His guilt led only to ruin. Herod Antipas mocked Jesus, laughing at his suffering. He saw no guilt, felt no remorse. Yet, his sins found him. He was exiled, his throne taken away. Disease consumed him, his body wasting away. In his final days, fear gripped him. He had mocked the true king, and now he faced judgment. His guilt came too late, and redemption never came. The Roman soldiers had blood on their hands. They had beaten Jesus, spit on him, and nailed him to the cross. At the time, they felt nothing. He was just another criminal, another execution. But one soldier, Longinus, saw the truth. When Jesus died, the sky turned dark. The earth trembled. Fear struck his heart. He looked upon the lifeless body and whispered, "Truly, this was the Son of God." Guilt filled him, but he did not run. He chose to believe. He left the army, seeking a new path. He told others of what he had seen. He found redemption, but it cost him his life. He was martyred for his faith, yet he died with peace. Guilt leads to two paths: despair or redemption. Judas chose despair, ending his own life. Pilate drowned in sorrow, never seeking mercy. Caiaphas and Herod ignored guilt until judgment came. But Longinus chose redemption. He repented, believed, and was saved. His sins were washed away, his soul made new. Guilt is powerful, but redemption is stronger. No sin is too great, no past too dark. Those who turn to the truth will find mercy. Those who ignore it will face judgment. The choice remains for all: despair or redemption. Conclusion: the unescapable truth. The men who condemned Jesus thought they had won. They had silenced him, mocked him, and sent him to die. They used their power, their influence, and their pride to destroy the one who spoke truth. But in the end, they did not destroy him. He rose. They, however, did not rise. Their power faded, their names were cursed, their fates were sealed. Guilt consumed them, Judgment found them, and history forgot them. They sought control, yet they lost everything. Some fell to madness, some to despair, and some to exile. The weight of their sins crushed them, and they could not escape. Yet, even in the darkness, one found redemption. Longinus, the soldier who pierced Christ's side, saw the truth. He chose to believe, to repent, and to follow the risen King. His past did not condemn him because he sought mercy. His soul found peace, even as the world rejected him. This is the unescapable truth. The justice comes for all. No man can stand against God and win. No throne, no army, no wealth can shield from divine judgment. Those who embrace sin will fall, but those who seek mercy will rise. The cross was meant to be the end of Jesus. Instead, it became the end of those who opposed him. He conquered death, but they fell into darkness. Their story serves as a warning, a reminder that power is fleeting, but truth remains. The choice stands before all: to face judgment or find redemption. The men who killed Jesus made their choice. Now, the question remains, what will yours be?